I'm still in bed. I'm gonna record a vlog anyway. Um, it is currently like 1 p.m. Yeah, that's it. That is correct. But I wanted to sort of talk about because there's a recent Trixie video called language barriers and fuck I forgot. I know language barriers and I think it's language barriers of communication. I don't know. Um, but she sort of talked about how like she is not naturally like this analytical person that's like a curated identity, and that she thinks in these sort of chaotic nonsense bursts. And I feel like I really relate to that because I think that there are people who are very like naturally analytical and good speakers, right? Because they just have that brain structure which allows them to do that, which allows them to be good at speaking and good at articulating themselves. The whole reason I got into analysis videos and doing analysis videos is because I was not good at explaining why I liked something or why I held something close to me. Like, I spent a lot of my life like having everyone else be confused about why I liked something. And this didn't stop once I got online. In real life, and when I got into middle school, I got into My Little Pony and metal music, which were two things that no one around me liked. They didn't understand why I would like a show for little girls and music with harsh vocals and a fast tempo. And I didn't know what to say and to defend myself or argumentatively, because other than quoting YouTube videos, I I didn't really know why I liked the things I did. And I don't think it really matters. I think your media taste, like what you like in art, you don't have to explain that shit to anyone. If anyone's giving you shit, it's probably just because they're insecure about what they like, or they're jealous of you that you are passionate about something, and they don't feel like they have that level of passion for anything. Um, that's something I've learned throughout my life, is that people who will, people who bully people are insecure themselves. And if it let's say that someone doesn't understand why I like Serial Experiments Lane, like, and I don't I shouldn't have to explain that to someone. I don't have to justify myself, but I felt like I had to. I felt like I had to secure this reputation that I am like an intelligent kid. And so I got really into analytical stuff on the internet, and I ended up making it and sort of developing a way to translate my very impressionistic thoughts into something verbal. Because people would ask me all the time, like, to defend my opinions, and if I didn't have like a YouTube video to literally like mimic to them, then I would just like be like I would just like stumble over my words. Like, I would have no idea. I had no idea why I liked Evangelion, right? I just know I liked it. I know that I like, there's things in it right here that are great, and I recognize the greatness. Or like My Little Pony, Like I like because really like all you're really explaining is an emotional reaction to artwork that that's what you're trying to translate. Um but like I feel like the way I naturally think is like in these sort of like sensations and scenarios where like the like either it's this like I'm like thinking about the atmosphere of something. Like everything has a very distinct strong atmosphere, and I feel like I'm just in that atmosphere all the time. I am constantly being like bombarded and overwhelmed with the feeling of everything. Because, atmosphere is just the amalgamation of like all of the elements. And I feel like there's this distinct aura in every location and time and place. And I am just like in that aura. I am like right now it's like a very like orangish yellowish but like bleached yellow. um it is like there's like swirls and noises that are coming and going. There's sort of like this air pressure that like is forming into like a cyclone around me as I'm talking right to you. um and out there everything is bright, everything is threatening but loving. It's this sort of uncertainty in how the sky is going to treat me. Now, what I just said doesn't make any fucking sense to anyone. And at some point I learned that. Because like that's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about how everything feels and how every single like individual moment feels different. Like if like when the sun goes down and I do what I plan to do tonight, which is order a pizza, do an edible, and watch Adventure Time. Um, that's gonna have a completely different atmosphere. Um, that is going to have some different oppressive atmosphere that is going to fill it up. I'm either thinking about that or I'm thinking about a cartoonish scenario in my head. Like, let's say that that I'm going to meet somebody new at a pizza place. I am thinking of the most like cartoonish labyrinthine pizza place. I'm thinking of a pizza that I'm thinking of like let's say a mellow mushroom. If any of you have been inside a mellow mushroom, if not, look up what a mellow mushroom is. And but it's like a Chuck E. Cheese version of a mellow mushroom, and it's like it's like the like so there's like arcade shit and like it's like a Dave and Buster's, but like there's like multiple levels. I'll just be thinking about like, oh, that's what the pizza place will look like, and the person that I'm going to talk to are going to have these very specific cartoonish scenarios, because I also feel like I don't think in how people are actually going to act. I think in cartoons. I think my imagination is literally animated most of the time, and it's always been like that. um I feel like I understood animation and cartoons before I understood real people, just because I was put in front of the TV as a very young child and just sort of absorbed that. And so like I'm thinking, and so these are like my two modes of thought. And like the media I liked, often they provide me a very comforting or poignant atmosphere, that they make my inner world. I just have like a that's the thing, really. I have a really strong inner world. And uh I like things that feel welcomed in my inner world. I like things that feel like they add to my inner world and make it a more fun place. I'm someone who literally lays in bed in the dark and the silence all the time and just hallucinate shit. I like that's like the most fun I have often is that I'll just lay down and it'll be completely dark and completely silent and nobody's home because that's like a scenario that I'm in a lot of the time. And I'll just lay down and let my brain do something. Often I will be high because weed makes it stronger. Um and uh I'll just like hallucinate some shit. This is how I write magic often is that I will either yeah, it will either be that or I'll be like pacing around whatever mode I'm in. Sometimes I need less movement, sometimes I need more movement. And this is how I write magic. Like it'll just fucking appear to me. It'll just come to me. Like if I try to have too much control over where scripts will go and what will happen, then it's less likely to form. Which is why like I don't like write scripts anymore. I more so just like have general outlines that I can freely improvise in. Um and mm, making analysis videos was just a way to like try and make my inner world understandable to other people. But also, I was incorporating elements of my inner world through the visual language of the videos, especially back then. If you watch Weeb Trash Productions and Princess Blender Phonics videos, I experimented a lot with the visual and audio presentation of it. And yeah, I feel like the direction I'm going in with magic currently is like I because like I am I still like analysis and like that sort of like straightforward verbal analysis. Like I'm doing it right now. I've literally returned to YouTube videos because it's something that I have been doing like over half my life and therefore I am really good at it. I can talk off the cuff. It took me a long time to get here. I feel like I've only been able to do this in a decent way for the last few years. Um, but yeah, but like I feel like the thing I miss about those old videos that I used to make were that they're all very like spontaneous invitations into my inner world, and the direction I'm going in with magic currently is definitely reflecting that. But you guys are gonna see that later. Um but yeah. Um yeah, no, and so like I will also say that my desire for analysis very much comes primarily from my mom. It definitely came a lot from everyone else, but like my mom was like the biggest one because my mom is someone who is very lexical, very literal. She is someone who only likes things that are realistic to her. Like it's very hard for her to engage in something that is too abstract or artsy, because it she feels like it's alienating or like not stimulating to her intellectually. The things that like my mom's taste in like movies and TV are usually very like down to earth realistic fiction. Same with her taste in literature. She's a big book person, and the books she tends to like are, these very down to earth realistic fiction. Her music taste is all like just guys with acoustic guitar who like have good lyrics, and this has caused a divide between me and her basically my entire life because again, I feel like my brain is so different. I'm someone who like the feeling of something speaks to me before anything else. The atmosphere of something speaks to me before anything else. Like I like, yeah, like Evangelion has all these deep themes or whatever, and like My Little Pony has all these amazing characters, and then so does Major Doremi, and Lane has a lot to say about the information age and identity and very interesting presentationally. But the thing that drew me into all of these things that I love, Little Witch Academia is a great example. Little Witch Academia feels so good to watch. Little Witch Academia is like the best feeling show ever. Like if I watch that show, I become a 5-year-old. Like I'm thinking about it right now, and like my heart is getting all like warm and fuzzy. Like Little Witch Academia's like atmosphere, like the art style, the setting that they inhabit, um, the very like trigger esque, not trigger esque. It's literally a trigger show. The fact that it is a trigger show and it is like this Harry Potter witch thing, and like everything about it is just like this is like atmospheric um perfection. By the way, that's Akko and Diana. You probably can't tell. Um, oh boy, what happened? Oh shit. Okay, there we go. um, but yeah, no, that is the initial thing that strikes me. And oh fuck, it happened again. Whatever, I'm gonna keep it like this. Um, yeah, no, and so like and I'm also very like the way I think is like I want things to be experimental and insane. I want things to feel different, and my mom wants media to be a specific way. Like she wants a story to convey something in a subtle but also straightforward way. She's just like very straightforward, realistic adult media. And so she's never understood the things that I like. Like if like we have some overlap. Like I was able to show her Millennium Kichi by Gregory and the Hawk. A lot of the folk music I like can appeal to her. Like yeah, Millennium Kichi by Gregory and the Hawk. I showed her Adrian Lenker and she liked it. I actually showed her a Violet Pony song that she liked. I showed her Bonnie, which if she were to like any Violet Pony song, it would definitely be that one, or maybe Prom Night Equestria too. Um, but like I was just like she just never under. She would always just be very confused of like why I like things, and even going so far as like questioning the authenticity of what I liked. Like she was like, is this just like a thing to appear more interesting? Which I had to be like, no, here's the appeal of what I like, because and she's a very argumentative person, like she like and so she would always have something to rebuttal for what I liked, and so a lot of my development of my analytical voice came from trying to explain to her myself and what I'm all about. These days she definitely is more open-minded and understands, but like yeah, like if you want the most raw representation of how my brain works, you need to listen to my music. If you want like what is because like the other thing that is always happening in my brain, other than the atmospheres and the situations I mentioned earlier, is that I'm always thinking of the most insane edgy thing ever. Like I'm just thinking of absurdism all the time. Like I am entertaining myself via absurdism. And uh if you listen to my music, I just say whatever the fuck. I say the most insane shit all the time. And it's like whatever the beat is just something I don't think about. I just go into FL Studio and and something comes out. Whatever comes out is just like is not really up to me. It's up to the whims of my subconscious. And like if you listen to my music, that is the rawest form of what is going on in my brain. Uh and magic is more curated because I'm trying to tell a story. Um and like these videos are definitely not like these videos are an activity in translating that. If you also want a very raw representation of what's happening in my brain, you can go on my DeviantArt and look at a lot of like the more abstract pieces that I make, like whenever I just like don't think about it and I'm just like making something without intentionality. That's what you're gonna get. It's like a fucking insane, colorful, maximalist thing. Um. So yeah. Uh. Is any of you naturally analytical, or are you more naturally impressionistic? Do you think, how does your brain work? I want to know. Anyone who's watching this, please let me know in the comments. How does your brain work? If you feel like explaining, if that's something you can even explain, because that's something. If you ask someone like, "Oh yeah, what are your thoughts like? How does your brain work?" That's a loaded question. It's gonna take a lot of thinking. I've thought a lot about this. Um, yeah. Pray to the dream god. If you say thank you, dream god will come into your dreams and bless you with pleasant dreams. Um, and I love you. Stay based and positive. More videos are coming. I am back at YouTube. I never thought this would happen. But I'm making YouTube videos again. It's now a thing I do now. Uh, not this is not gonna affect magic or my music coming out, because I'm not gonna put a whole lot of effort into these videos, but I am making videos again, so yay.